I don't make a habit of criticising other mums because most of us are just trying to do our best. But Meghan Markle isn't most mums. And with Love Meghan, that show is just something else.
This is about connecting with friends and just learning. Let's go. You see where our rainbow is coming together here? And you don't have to do a big platter of this. You could do this with one small row for your kids for breakfast. It's a real delight in being able to be a present parent. And it's a luxury sometimes because we all have to work.
I suppose Netflix knew what they were doing because, like it or loathe it, her show ranked 10th on Netflix's global top 10 shows overview list within a week of its debut. But many people watching it instinctively feel that it's off. Hundreds have tried to articulate why on social media. The creativity of some of the memes and skits are just so good.
Welcome to With Love, Vanessa. You catch me in my garden at Felt's Towers. Of course, when the show gets commissioned, I'll borrow a garden that's much, much bigger than this. But you catch me in my garden at Felt's Towers, joyfully picking flowers. I've got someone coming to stay. I want to elevate their experience. I want to show them love and hospitality. And how better to do that than by picking flowers? So here I am. You can see me picking, look at this, an actual daffodil that actually grows in my actual garden at Felt's Towers. Look at the joy.
Welcome to my home. Well, it's not my home, it's a set actually, but welcome to my set. You know, it's actually so funny that you keep calling me Meghan Markle. I'm Sussex now.
But this show isn't just cringe or out of touch. I think we're finally starting to push back on this stuff. We aren't our mother's generation, and we are sick of being told what we should be doing all the time. Let's talk about what this show really represents and why people are rejecting it so hard. So, a quick summary of what With Love Meghan is actually about. On the surface, it's a calm, cosy little lifestyle show. Lots of soft lighting, whispery voiceovers, fancy kitchen gadgets in someone else's kitchen, and Meghan playing the thoughtful, graceful model mum, folding napkins, baking banana bread, arranging perfectly mismatched mugs for her friends. The whole thing is framed around elevating everyday moments. But let's be honest, it's not about inspiring connection or helping mums feel seen. It's about curating an image. Every single scene is polished, perfected, controlled. It's like watching someone perform motherhood, not actually live it. And here's the problem. When something looks so serene and effortless on screen, it sends a message that this is what good motherhood should look like. And if your real life looks messier and louder and more chaotic, you might start wondering if you're doing it wrong and falling into the dreaded comparison trap. Now, here's where things get a little bit uncomfortable, but we need to talk about it, because the show isn't just curated, it's controlled. Every detail, from the cashmere jumpers to the immaculately staged friendship moments, it's manicured to the point of feeling detached and weirdly cold. There are no kids, no mess, no real-life parenting happening on screen, just gifts, elegance, and perfectly placed napkins. It's like a Pinterest board of motherhood without the actual mothering. And I say this as a psychology graduate and parenting coach. There are some really clear patterns here. Classic narcissistic traits, the kind you don't always see until you know what to look for. H.G. Tudor, one of the most respected voices on narcissism, has analysed Meghan's behaviour in detail. And I mean hundreds of videos. And what he points out is something I noticed instantly too, and probably you did. The obsession with external displays of affection, but a complete lack of private, genuine connection. This is a woman who thinks love is shown through gifts, expensive gestures, and performed moments. But that's not how love works, especially for children. Children don't need dried flowers sprinkled on their homemade donuts.
Stop it. How sweet are these flower sprinkles? We can't forget the flower sprinkles. Flower sprinkles. Flower sprinkles on everything. Flower sprinkles. We need more flower sprinkles.
They need you. Your time, your attention, your presence. That's how kids feel loved, through connection, not aesthetics. And that's the problem with this show. It's presenting a version of motherhood that's actually quite emotionally avoidant. It says, look at all these beautiful things I did for you, instead of, I'm here with you right now. It's perfectionism disguised as inspiration. It feels like she's trying to create envy, not connection with the audience. When motherhood becomes something to show off, we all lose. Our kids lose, our friendships lose, and we start confusing love with lifestyle. Now, some people will say this is Meghan hate. I don't think that's what it is, not really. What people are reacting to is the system she represents. She's become a symbol of curated perfection, controlled messaging, and this shiny, emotionally detached version of womanhood that's dressed up as empowerment. But it doesn't actually feel empowering at all. We're in a time where women, especially mums, are hyper aware of when something is fake. We feel it. We know when we're being nudged into the comparison trap. And we've had enough of being told that more polish and more effort equals better parenting. The truth is, we've evolved. We don't want aspirational content that makes us feel small. We want real connection, real presence, and the kind of strength that doesn't come from silk blouses and lemon cakes, but from showing up every day for our kids, even when it's hard. The backlash isn't just about a Netflix show, it's about a collective rejection of performative motherhood. Because we don't want role models who are acting motherhood. We want people who are honest about the mess, grounded in what really matters, not trying to shape our choices, but reminding us we already have the wisdom, we just need to trust it. Everywhere you look online, there's something that's been polished, filtered, or generated to look perfect. AI has hugely accelerated this, and although it's fun and creative, it's not what we really truly want. So what's actually cutting through right now? Authenticity. The unfiltered, messy, real stuff, because it feels human and way more relatable. It's not perfect, it's not controlled, and that's exactly why it connects. There's a saying amongst digital marketers, you need your audience to know, like, and trust you. And we can't do that with robots, or people acting like robots. We're instinctively drawn to the mum who's tired but present, not one pretending her home is a magazine shoot, because we don't need another performance. We need something that actually feels true. I feel a shift happening, a real, tangible shift to how women, especially mums, see ourselves and each other. We're craving connection, not curation, presence, not polish. And we're finally rejecting the idea that motherhood needs to be sold back to us as a lifestyle brand. We're done copying other mums, trying to keep up with elevated living or perfectly colour-coded toy baskets. Now, we want to know ourselves, to raise our kids with intention, not anxiety. What used to feel aspirational now feels fake and tone-deaf. Because when someone who has everything tells you to do more, buy more, elevate more, it doesn't inspire, it shames. And we're not falling for it anymore. Good people are sensitive to inauthenticity, and we're finally learning to trust that instinct. Instead of looking up to other mums like they're on a pedestal, we started looking around at the ones who check in, the ones who admit they've messed up, the ones who aren't just trying to impress anyone. They're trying to show up for their kids and stay sane in the process. This is the era of intentional parenting, not performative parenting. And the sooner we let go of all these curated ideals, the more freedom we give ourselves and our children. The truth is, you don't need to elevate your home. You don't need a capsule wardrobe or a calm voiceover explaining banana bread. You don't need to be a model for other mums. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. And you certainly don't need to buy your way into being enough. What your child needs, what they really, really need, is simple. They need you. Consistent, calm, present, and real. Not luxury, not an immaculate home. They need a safe base, someone who sees them, someone who can stay steady when things get loud and overwhelming, which they always do. And if you've been doubting that lately, if you've been comparing yourself to mums on a screen or online, this is your reminder. Real motherhood doesn't impress. It connects. Your child doesn't need a perfect fruit platter. They need love and safety. You showing up even when it's imperfect. If you're tired of the pressure to elevate everything and want to start parenting in a way that actually feels good, real, and right for your family, come and check out my Empowered Parent Blueprint. It's a free course to help you connect with what really matters in your parenting. We'll look at how to build emotional safety, set boundaries without guilt, and raise strong, future-ready kids without the overwhelm or perfectionism. This isn't about being a perfect mum. It's about being a present one. Click the link in the description below to start now, and I'll see you there.